Hey, what's going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel's Strike Force. Are you ready for some Super Skrull diamonds? Well, don't worry, because I'm not really either, because I never filled in the 7 red. But apparently, we are getting a new event coming up that's going to reward Skrull diamonds. I'm not sure if it's a new player event or if it's something that's going to be for everyone. The way you get points is a little bit weird too. Also, they did some updates today on the Battle World points after my video from yesterday, so I'm going to talk about the changes that are made from there. And there's some other data mines in there as well that I want to talk about. And a new Crucible season vote poll on the Marvel Strike Force Discord. We'll take a look at that as well. So if you're ready to go, let's boil this down. All right, and we're going to be starting here in, I guess, the news section here first on the Discord server. And so there's going to be a poll for Cosmic Crucible Season 12 related to room number 6. So you can follow along. If you're on my Discord server, you can go into the news section and then follow along to the link where the polls are. Otherwise, you can find it in the MSF official Discord. Basically, there's going to be a vote on 2 different room 6 rules, which we'll talk about here. So polarized is number 1. Hero characters on defense and offense on spawn gain safeguard immunity and defense up, while villain characters on ultimate ability apply trauma, disrupt, and defense down to the primary target. So just some different stuff. It's just onto the primary target. That's very important too. It's not like an AoE thing where like everyone gets it. So keep that in mind. Like Scientist Supreme doesn't all and then everyone gets that. That's not what's happening here. And then room number 6, symbiote satisfaction. Hero symbiote characters count as villains, so things like Gwen. I guess it would just buff the Hive Mind team, right? Because like, Gwenum and Void Knight are heroes, and so now they'll be villains. For what purpose? Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I have a bit of a headache, so I'm not sure like what that even means in terms of like why that matters. But if they drop to 50% health, all enemies flip negative status effects to positive effects, and all allies flip their positive status effects to negative. So that's interesting. That's kind of like, isn't that like Warp World from the Scourges and the Trials? That's kind of what I remember there. That kind of thing where it like reverse things. So that's kind of neat. But as far as the heroes, symbiotes as villains, I'm not sure. Maybe it's is it Red Goblin might have some bonuses to villains? I'm not even sure why that really matters too much there. So I'm not sure what I want to vote for. I don't like these on spawn buff kind of stuff though. It just forces people to use like things like Apocalypse and Ares and things. So I might go with the symbiotes. You can click on the thing here. You know what? I'm just going to vote on the symbiotes. Let's see what is it? 55 to 45. So it's a pretty even split, but there's not very many votes. About 108 votes there. Now, so that's also, I want to talk about the announcement related to the Battle World VP. So we have increased the amount of VP that you can earn on the final day null boss fight of Battle World, and this will be reflected in game later today. This will scale based on difficulty you've chosen. We'll take a look at this, the numbers and stuff like that. So it is in game right now. This was earlier at around 1:12 p.m. that this was posted. While we're here, though, let's go into the data mine section and talk about that. So we can scroll up a little bit, and we'll start back here. There's a little changes that I want to talk about actually. So yesterday there was some stuff related to the Shadow King trial packs that changed. So Dark Cosmic Rays, this pact was at least it's adjusted in the JSON files and things like that. So Cosmic Villain characters now gain 5% speed bar. That's what it used to say. This is what it used to say, speed bar for every positive stat effect. Now this was changed to 5% crit chance instead of speed bar. Villainous Momentum, this is 50% speed bar when you defeat a hero character or a player character. This is now changed to 20% from 50%. So I guess it was too much. And so they decided to nerf it a little bit. These 2 packs are the ones that were impacted. And then we have, obviously, the Strike Pass, which is going to be Captain Britain. But they've also confirmed that the next Battle Pass after this Captain Britain one is going to be for Omega Sentinel. So we're just carrying on with the new characters, I suppose, with the weird gap with Captain Britain. And then this is what I was talking about with regards to Super Skrull. So it's called the Skrull Diamond Heist. Get 1 Diamond Super Skrull. Skrull Diamond Heist milestone. Progress in Dark Dimension 6 to earn character diamonds. It's a bit of a weird one here. Commander Skrull's Diamonds is here. Play raids to earn gear. I've copy and pasted this, so there's actually some weird like spelling mistakes and grammatical errors in here. Gear tier with an EIR to earn Dark Dimension 6 and earn fantastic Skrull milestone points, or battle with Skrull 7 yellow star to earn diamonds. Okay, so here are the points. Earn points in Dark Dimension 6. So are they asking us to rerun Dark Dimension 6? Is this primarily going to be for new player accounts or mid-game accounts? I don't know. Is it going to be, if it's available to everyone, then I guess they just want us to run Dark Dimension 6. It says earn 1 Skrull diamond heist milestone point. That's the name of the milestone, I guess, called. So I don't know, maybe this is going to be a free claim or something as far as those points go. And then battle points, so we're battling with Super Skrull at 7 yellow. And as long as we've done both Dark Dimension 6, you would have this, right? So a bit of a weird milestone that just popped out of nowhere that I wanted to kind of share with you guys about that. That sounds like it's probably upcoming next week. Normally data mines are like a week in advance, so keep that in mind. There's also going to be a Moondragon Awakenings orb, and this is going to include just like the strange one. It's going to be for her ultimate. I think this is going to be a bit of a trap orb because they're giving away for free basically this awakened ability, or not this one, but the strange one on the web milestone. So I have a feeling that this could do the same for Moondragon. So those are just some of the data mines that I wanted to talk about. Let's jump to the math for Battle World once we kind of take a look. Hopefully I can go in here. There we go. Sometimes I got a weird black screen. If you go into the difficulty tabs, though, you can see the updates that are made. I also want to make reference from difficulty 3 to 4 and 4 to 5, because some people did struggle, including my Alt Alliance, did struggle to get into 4. I think it'll be a lot easier this week with the changes. So what was changed? Well, you can see right here the percent damage done to the boss, which is null, and per boss kill. Previously, this was pretty low. I think it was 10,000 per kill, I want to say, and then 100 per percent. So this was ramped up by a factor of 7.5, which is a lot. This one was ramped up with a factor of 15. Pretty sure it was like 30k per kill. Or maybe it was less than that. I think it was 15k. I think it was 15k actually per kill, and now it's up to 225 plus 2250 per percent for a grand total of 450k per kill, because you get for the kill, for the raw kill, for getting him dead, and then you get per percentage point. And so it's actually kind of like a doubling of this, if it makes sense like that. So we're going to be taking a look now. It's going to be a lot easier on both counts to get to the different difficulties, at least for D3 to D4. We're going to take a look at D4 to D5. It's a little tight still, but I do want to start here with D3 to 4. So this is a similar chart to what I've shown in yesterday's video. However, you can see basically 2.5 million is the goal here for D4. And now, you know, if you kill null 10 times, which I think was viable on D3, I believe, I think I got there on my alliance, you know, you're well above this. You're looking at, even without the Asgardian mission, you're at like 4 million points. If you can kill null 10 times on D3, you get like 4 million points, even without the Asgardian mission, which means, like, honestly, you probably just need to kill him like one time. I mean, I'm just gonna, like, let's do this. Yeah, if I did this and times it by 5, like, probably, yeah, like, you could get there with 5 kills. Fuck, you could probably get there with like 1 kill. You could get there with 1 kill because of the huge difference that was made, basically, essentially, with the points, right? And so they really ramped that up. It's going to be a lot easier for alliances to get now from D3 to D4. So that part's not a problem, and that's fine. That's good. I do want to talk about, however, from a D4 to 5. That 6.5 million is still a bit challenging. Still a bit challenging to hit. So this is the old version. Let's not look at this. This is what I talked about in yesterday's video. This is the new update basically for today, this stuff here. So now we've gone from, what was that, 30k for 1 kill to 450k for a kill now. So that's a huge factor of 15 increase, right? That's insane, which is what we needed, right, to get to the numbers, to get to 6.5 million. It was a big oopsies on their part, I suppose, because they didn't calculate properly, or they didn't. I think honestly what happened was that they didn't consider that waves were reduced, right? We axed an entire combat mission. They also changed the combat mission from 6 waves to 1 wave on the Herald mission. And I don't think that they accounted for the point differentials on this point. And so now you're going to basically need to make this up for null. What's funny about this is that now that a null kill at D4 is worth 450,000 BP, it even just goes to show how useless and pointless Spec Ops is. Because Spec Ops still is worth the same amount of BP, which is honestly garbage. And it's not going to break the ties at all. If anything's going to break the ties, it's going to be your damage on null. Like, that's the most paramount thing to do, is, you know, updating your strategies on null, getting the most damage that your alliance can get out, because that's going to make a significant difference, not even just to get to D5, but just the leaderboard in general. You know, that matters the most right now. And so I'm going to have some more videos throughout the week talking about, the best characters and teams to use on Null. It's going to be a bit of an update based on some of the new bleed information from some of the other characters. A lot of other content creators have also put out stuff, so I'm not going to say that I own, any of this information at all. But there's been a lot of kind of niche bleed characters that some people may or may not have that have really kind of pushed the damage on Null forward. But let's take a look at the numbers here, anyways. So again, if you get 5 null kills at D5, D4, and I don't know if that's going to be possible. Honestly, I don't know how hard it's going to be this time around and what's the expectation for our kills. But if you do all of the combat missions, including the Asgardians, which I know not everyone's going to do, but if you kill Null 5 times and do all the combat missions, including the Asgardians, you'll get to 6.4 million points. So you need to kind of get to like 5.5, 5.2, 6 would be great. If you get 6 full null kills, even without the Asgardian bonus mission, you would get there. So this is with 5 null kills, but without the bonus Asgardian mission, we get 6.05 million. So an extra 450k at 6 null kills would get you to 6.5 million. So that's safe. If you're able to clear all of the combat missions for everyone in your alliance, and you get 6 null kills, you should get to 6.5 million. It's still kind of tough, right? Because I don't know how realistic that is. How realistic is it that we get 5 or 6 null kills in D4? I don't know, because I don't know what the scaling is like. I think the hit points for null is like double. So, you're looking at, realistically, you're looking at 6+ null kills in order to get to D5 at this point in time. So I want to kind of take a look, though, at the preview, because it has changed. They basically doubled their hit points on null. I think it was like 430 million before. I had it somewhere lying around, and then now it's about 860 million. Now, the percentage of the damage that you're doing for teams like Astral, because Shadow King's trial is on Friday, which means you're going to unlock Shadow King, and some people might have the full Astral team together. This might help a lot because the percentage-based damage is going to hit for a lot harder on the higher difficulties. Is the bleeds going to keep up? That's going to be the big question. I think it might on D4. I don't know if it will on D5. So, that'll be like a rolling situation there to consider. But nonetheless, not everyone is going to have a full Astral team either, right? Because Emma Frost is not available. Ancient Ones event, free-to-play event, is not until Sunday, the next event starting. So by the time that this null has come and gone, you're not necessarily going to have the full Astral team to work with. So that's going to be of important to note as well. I just wanted to share this information with you guys, but there has been enough change that there is a path. There's a realistic path forward now. It's just what's going to matter the most is your damage on null and getting the most out of that as you possibly can. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Again, there's going to be some videos later on in the week as we approach that Zone 6 or to Null so that you guys can be properly prepared in doing this, because this is going to mean the most in order to get to the next difficulty. So that's the end of this video, everyone. And until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out.